this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be doing Manifest with me in March and be back here with another episode for you guys. Today we're going to be talking about the moon cycle, because we are not only going to be learning how to manifest, but we're going to manifest with the moon cycle. If you're going to manifest, you might as well get all the help you can get and set yourself up for success. And I have found that manifesting with the moon cycle is one of the most powerful ways to manifest. I manifest with the moon cycle every single month. I've been doing this for around 5 years now, and I have gone from manifesting tiny little things to manifesting infinite abundance, windfalls of cash, and amazing experiences traveling the world. I've manifested some really cool stuff, and I started small and I grew my faith to where I'm at now, and now I'm starting to ask for even bigger things. So I'm going to keep you guys posted for sure on my manifestation journey. So it's pretty simple, you guys. The moon is divided into different quarters. Technically there's 12 phases of the moon. You can even divide it into 7 phases. To keep it simple for you guys, I'm going to divide it into 4 phases. This is what I've been following. You could get really specific and super intentional if you decide to break the moon phases into 12 parts or 7 parts or 6 parts. But I find that breaking it into 4 is good enough and really does the trick. So we've been talking the last couple days about the waning moon, the last phase of the moon cycle. So maybe you guys already know a lot about that. That's where we're at right now, actually. We're in the waning moon. This is the end of a moon cycle. It's a time of introspection, relaxation, pulling back. It's a time where you rest, you reflect. By doing certain activities during certain phases of the moon and avoiding certain activities during certain phases of the moon, you can set yourself up for success. So let's talk about the beginning of the moon cycle. It starts with what is called a new moon. This is when the moon is either not visible in the sky at all, or it appears maybe as a small, tiny little sliver. Each moon phase lasts for a couple of days, around 6-7 days, depending on how you're dividing it up. And the new moon is where you will get a boost of energy because it's a new cycle, it is a new phase, it represents a time of optimism and possibilities. It can even be a very social time. And this is also the phase of the moon where a lot of your manifestations from previous cycles or just from any time in your life will come through, usually during a new moon phase. Like, I find that during a new moon every month, that's when I'm getting the call or the email with that opportunity, or that's when I'm, manifesting the abundance, or something I've asked for is showing up. I find that so interesting. It's definitely a time of receptivity. And so I always love the new moon because not only is it a time to set your intentions, but you receive a lot then as well. So how do you start your manifestation process? Well, during the new moon, this is when it's time to set your intentions, visualize them, and clarify them, which is what we're going to be doing in this series. So this might look like writing down your intentions, spending time thinking about what it is that you want, creating a vision board, doing a meditation to lock in your intentions, maybe doing some type of ritual, and exploring what it is that you want to manifest. All the while, you're receiving manifestations from the past, which is really cool. And I feel like it's a really great energy to manifest in because you're having all these things come in your life. Opportunities are around you. You're feeling really energized. It's a feeling of possibility. So naturally, you're going to feel like you want to create something. You're going to get the bug or the juice, like you want to go somewhere, make something happen. So what I think is really funny is I think a lot of people are following the moon cycle and manifesting with it naturally. People who are just really in tune with the earth or just really in harmony with the energy are probably setting intentions around that time of the month anyways, or deciding they're going to make something happen, or you're naturally going to get like a bright idea around that time. So this is just about being a little bit more conscious about it. So the next phase of the moon Okay, as the moon goes from the new moon to the next phase, it is in what's called a waxing moon. That means that the moon is growing in size. So it starts off as just like this kind of invisible circle, and then a sliver starts to appear and it starts to grow. Okay, and of course it's growing towards a full moon. So halfway between the new moon and the full moon is what is called the first quarter moon. And this is I think this is my favorite part of the manifestation process. This is the time of the month, the time of the moon cycle, where you are meant to take action and ground your intentions. So naturally, during this time of the month, many people will feel very energized and will feel very social and will feel very expansive and will want to do, work with your hands, will want to get out in the world. I think it's so funny because my husband, he doesn't always follow manifesting with the moon. Sometimes we'll follow a moon cycle together, or he'll do it on his own, and then some months he'll just forget about it for a while, and he'll lose track of where the moon is, and all of a sudden the day of the first quarter moon, he'll have all these ideas. He'll be like, let's do this, and I'll tell him, you know that it's the first quarter moon, right? You're so in tune with the moon. It's just funny. You might realize that that's the time of the month you have the most energy. So the first quarter moon, once again, is all about setting your intentions. It's a time where you're going to feel like you have a lot of energy. It's a time to take action. So you've set your intentions during the new moon, and now you're ready to take action on them. So during the first quarter moon, it's a really great time to come up with an action plan, maybe the day before the first quarter moon and maybe the first 2 days, and then it's time to get hustling. So it's not like you can't work towards your manifestation during the new moon or during the full moon or during the waning moon at the end of the moon cycle. It's not like this is the only time that you can take action. You can take action anytime you want and over all the moon cycles. But if you take action during this time, the action you take during that time will be very powerful and will solidify your intentions. And so you just want to make sure that you're taking some kind of action during the first quarter moon. And you can continue to work and hustle away and chip away at your manifestations anytime. It's just going to be very powerful, and your actions might go a lot further during the first quarter moon. So after the first quarter moon, we have the full moon. And this is a very emotional time. Our emotions tend to be really intense during the full moon. Sometimes we can be very wired and very creative during that time as well. It just depends what type of full moon it is. But sometimes you're going to find yourself full of doubt, in your head a lot, worrying a lot. And so the full moon is a time where you release, where you surrender, where you open to the infinite possibilities. So what I like to do on the full moon is do some type of ritual or prayer or something to symbolize and to maybe ask just one more time for what I want. Maybe put it out there and then just be like, okay, from this point on, I'm going to stop trying to manifest this thing. I'm not going to push too hard. I've taken a lot of action here over the first quarter moon. I've decided what I wanted. I wrote it down. I made my vision board. I've meditated, and now it's time to stop focusing on this so hard. Now it's time to surrender and release and be open to the how and the when it's going to happen. And I'm going to just dedicate myself to trusting in myself and in this process. So the full moon is a really great time to surrender, to release, to heal, and to just put your intention out there one more time and then let it go. So now the time between the full moon and the next new moon is called, it's the waning moon. It's the last quarter. And this is the time where we start usually feeling pretty tired, depleted, kind of exhausted. It's the time we're in right now. It's a time of resting, time of relaxation, time of introspection, a time to clear your energy, a great time for healing, a great time for self-care. So that is what you focus on. You focus more on your body, you focus more on your physical body, your energy, your emotions. You balance yourself out, you let yourself rest. If you need to take a step back or take a break, you just don't want to push too hard. So now that you know all the phases of the moon, let's talk about how this works. So as an example, let's say that you are trying to manifest a job. You want to get hired for a job. So during the new moon, you would set your intention. You would write down clearly and specifically what it is you want, what kind of job you're looking for, like all the little details down to the salary and the work environment, the kind of people you're going to be with. You really get into it. You would make a vision board potentially to illustrate that and be able to really see that. Maybe you would do a meditation to visualize it and really get into the energy. And then during the first quarter moon, you would take action. So in the situation of manifesting a job, that might look like filling out resumes, putting out some feelers with people that you know and friends that you're looking for a job, making a LinkedIn profile, showing up at different workplaces and getting applications. So you're going to just really focus on that. Then during the full moon, maybe you haven't had any callbacks yet, or maybe you got a callback, but you went to the interview and like you're still waiting for them, and you might be worried, is this going to happen or not? Oh my gosh, I need a job soon. Like the full moon is a time where you release that, where you allow yourself to just let it go, all the heightened emotions and energies surrounding the situation. You release it, you take that opportunity. And then during the waning moon, maybe you take a break from putting applications out for a couple days so that you can rest and be in your body. Maybe you stretch a little bit and reconnect with yourself. Maybe do some journaling, and you're still holding that energy of faith, but you're releasing. So that's an example. The problem is when you're not paying attention to the phases of the moon. Let's say you're trying to manifest something and it's the last quarter moon, and you decide like it's not coming, oh my gosh, and so like you push really hard at it. You keep like calling all the jobs and asking like, you know, can we get an interview? What do you think? Are you going to hire me? You like send in way too many applications, and now you're all drained and you're exhausted and you're like in this panic mode, and there's all this fear and anxiety. And if you were aware of the moon phase, you would know it might be better for me during this waning phase, during this last quarter moon, it might be better for me to pull back and not push so hard right now. So that's kind of when you get into problems when it comes to manifesting. If you're not aware of the moon cycle, sometimes like during the full moon, like you can totally freak out and not realize, oh, it's a full moon, of course I'm freaking out, and just be able to be present with yourself during that time. So just keep that in mind as you're manifesting, that this moon cycle is absolutely amazing. It helps you be more in harmony with yourself. It helps you be more in harmony with the energies, and it's already a natural thing you're probably doing. So by doing certain activities during certain phases of the moon and avoiding others, you are going to do amazing manifesting. So I'm going to break this down for you guys even further. Every single episode, I'm going to remind you guys of where we are at in the moon cycle, and also help you to be able to take the right actions and avoid certain actions so that you can start understanding this more. We're going to just break it down for you. So I'm really excited to see you guys tomorrow for the next episode. Make sure that you come back. We're just a couple days away from setting our intentions and really doing this thing. So if you have any questions about manifesting, let me know in the comments below, and I will answer it as I create the episodes for this series. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out.